because obviously now I'm living solo in my flat in Birmingham, whereas my previous ones, it was pre-lockdown and then when I was living at my parents'. So we're kind of now in a semi-lockdown in the UK. It's a bit blurred. Some of the rules have been loosened, but I'm still spending the majority of time in my flat by myself, and I thought you might want to see how I spend my days. So let's get on with the video. So it is currently 10:22 and I woke up not that long ago, to be honest. It's not been that long since I woke up, but the first thing I need to do today is I'm actually helping out at a online postgraduate office day event, and that is taking place from 10 to 1. When I've done these events before, they've been a lot more targeted about like accommodation questions or how do you find the courses. This is a lot more focused on offers, and obviously I can't answer that. I'm just there to kind of pick up any other questions about student life or about PhD life at the University of Birmingham. Oh, but first I need to get some food because I'm starving, I haven't eaten yet. First, I need to figure out what I'm going to have for breakfast. I've kind of been avoiding going to the shops, so the fridge is not looking too full, but I think I'm going to have hummus and toast with tomatoes because it's a classic. Well, it is in this household. Also, if you were getting slight deja vu about what's happening right now, that's because I had the exact same breakfast in the first day in my life I did as a PhD student. So, as you can tell, I did not lie in that video, and this is a staple for me. It's when I feel like I need to be a bit healthier, if I'm being honest, because normally I just have really like childish cereal. Because I don't know, I've always struggled with breakfast. I find it a very difficult meal to eat for, partly because I'm allergic to eggs, so that gets rid of a lot of your options, but also because I have a sweet tooth and I feel like a lot of breakfast stuff is just disgusting. Muesli, ugh, who wants it? Weetabix, gross. So, it doesn't leave me many options. But hummus and tomatoes are a good one. So yeah, anyway, as I said, today, the first 3 hours are going to be answering questions for that event. I've already been doing some of it. So far, not many of the questions have been about student life. I've been trying to answer what I can, but that's going to be until 1. And I think, thing is, you have to keep an eye on the questions, so I can't entirely do something else, because obviously I do need to make sure I'm answering questions that I can answer. So I think I might do a bit of data work, because that'll still be on the laptop, and I can kind of, these are really big tomatoes, and I can sort of keep an eye on both fields, if that makes sense. Because also the data work, once I've done an entry, I can check the questions, and it doesn't take that long to do an entry, like a single entry. So I think that's the plan. Yeah, this is just what the back end looks like. So it's all anonymous, so I don't know who these people are, but it's a bunch of questions and then just answer the ones I can. So that's what I'm going to be doing until 1ish. But as I said, we'll do other things. So the event turned out to be way busier than I thought it was going to be, and I didn't get as much like other work done while I thought I was going to do it, but I did manage to complete my data on the Bold Stroke books, which is a publisher. I've been collecting their data, so that's finally finished, which took a long time because it was over like 1,000 entries just on that one publisher. And now I'm gonna have lunch. Leftovers for lunch, I think. This is like a vegan dish I made last night. It's super, super tasty. I think it's technically a side. I'm not sure. But it's basically broccoli, chickpeas, red onion, garlic, chili, lime, and it's just so good. And avocados and peanuts. I don't know whether to heat it up or have it cold. I think I might just have it cold because I think it'll work cold. And I'm not very good at heating things up. Like, I always seem to mess it up and I don't quite know what I do. So let's just go with cold. Basically this day, I thought it was going to be like a really casual, chill day, which is why I was like, oh, this will be a good day in my life. It'll be like a realistic day in my life as a PhD student. But then I had the work thing, 10 till 1, which turned out to be way, way busier than I thought the event was going to be, so I didn't get hardly any work done. It's now 1:30 and I've just finished lunch. In theory, should be going for a run today because I run Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. But I have a PGR mentor meeting 4 till 5. And I have a call with my friends 6:30 till 10 p.m. And I have to have dinner at some point before then. So I don't think I'll be able to run after the meeting because I won't have time to get back, shower and have dinner. Which means I either need to go for a run now, which I'm really not in the mood to do, and potentially not get that much work done because I've still got quite a lot of work I need to do. I should probably go for a run, but I've just eaten. I like to leave an hour, so that'd be 2:30. I suppose I could work till 2:30 and then go for a run, but it takes me about an hour to run, so by the time I get back it's 3:30, and that doesn't leave me time to shower. Are you starting to see the problem? I think I'm going to go for a run tomorrow. I'll delay it by a day and then go for my other run, either on Friday or Saturday. And now I think I'm going to do some data work. So it's now nearly 4 p.m. I've basically just been doing data stuff all day because that's sort of what I was in the mood to do. And now I have a meeting with not my supervisor, it's like my mentor at the University of Birmingham. He hosts these like monthly, fortnightly meetings with us and like with all his PhD mentors. And I'm going to join that, so it's a Zoom call. And I think that'll take about an hour, that's how long it usually takes. So after that, I'm gonna get some food and then it's my call with my friends where we're playing D&D. So I just quickly changed because I realised even though it's an informal meeting, it's still like, if you consider your PhD your job, it's still like a business meeting to an extent. And I thought a hoodie is not the way to go. So even though I'm only in a jumper, it feels better. So anyway, I'm gonna join the meeting now.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm kind of similar, like trying to draft a chapter. So I started work on it last month. So I had my supervision for this month already. We do it at the start of the month. So they've kind of seen like a first thing and then it's like restructuring and basically cutting it down because I have a habit to write too much and then I have to like trim it down because otherwise it would be too long. So that's the main thing I'm working on this month, I would say. Yeah.
And what's that on? Do you mind asking?
It is on, so the chapter itself is on the queer body and how the queer body has been represented in queer romance novels. And then the bit I'm just focusing on right this moment is how the male queer body has been portrayed in like early queer romance novels. So like, does it uphold like hegemonic masculinity or does it like present its own sort of queerness? And then I'm going to move on to femininity and then I'm going to move on to like more fluid representations of like gender within the genre, if that makes sense.
Nice. So that's other chapters?
Nope, that's all in one chapter.
One chapter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my first chapter, like I've got 3 chapters sort of planned. So one's on the queer body, one's on like queer families and like the idea of found family within queer romances. And then the final one is on like queer relationships and how queer relationships don't always follow like the heteronormative roles of a relationship. So that's what the third one's on and like how that's been explored and presented within queer romances. So those are like the 3 main chapters of my thesis.
That sounds really interesting.
I mean, I think so. It's kind of something I discuss quite a lot with my supervisors because like Amy knows it's something I have a habit to do and she's like, just remember it's only 80,000 words, you're like trying to do a lot already. And it does help because I think sometimes I have a habit to include stuff that like, yeah, it's interesting but it doesn't need including, so then it's like helpful to get that outside perspective to be like, maybe this is something that can be like condensed or like be like, yeah, I'm aware this debate's happening but other people are talking about it better than I'm going to here. So went on for way longer than I thought it would. It took like an hour and a half, so it's now 5:25 and I have roughly an hour before I'm playing D&D with my friends tonight, which I'm so excited for. Like, if you've watched My Day in My Life before, you know I play D&D, and it's honestly just been so good during this whole lockdown pandemic to have that like 4 hours guaranteed where I'm seeing friends and I can just forget about everything and escape to this magical like fantasy world. And we've just started a new campaign, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I've only got an hour. I feel like I definitely made the right decision not going running, because I don't know how well you can see. Oh, I just don't want to show you really well. Can you hear the rain? Can you see the rain? It's like, you can kind of see the rain. I feel like I made the right decision not going running, because now it's raining and it's been raining for a while. So, and also, honestly, today's just exhausting. Does anyone else get this? I feel like at the moment we just have to accept nobody is working on 100%, and your 80% or 60%, or even if you're at a 40% day, is still enough, and you are still doing enough, and you are doing the best you can. And like, I need to remember this sometimes because I don't. But I think today, honestly, I've probably been at like a 50% day. It's just been hard. I've been tired. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my personal life that's been quite emotional and has affected obviously my work life, understandably. So I did some data stuff, I did some meetings, and that's good enough. And now I'm gonna go make dinner, and I think I'm gonna have pesto pasta. Or maybe a cheese toasty. Also, my friend Georgie is texting me incessantly, which is lovely because we're chatting, but I feel like it just keeps going beep, 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 beep. Anyway, let's go make food. Having a really basic meal this evening, partly because I actually had to do a little bit of work after that meeting all of a sudden, and that left me only like half an hour to eat before I meet up with my friends. So it's a student classic: pesto, cheese, pasta, waiting for it to boil. And that's as exciting as dinner's gonna get. But actually, I'm so hungry, so the idea of pasta right now is Hi, so I'm midway through editing the video and I realised I didn't record an outro. So this is now the outro. I hope you liked this video and enjoyed seeing what I get up to on kind of like quite a typical day in my life as a PhD student. And subscribe, comment, all that jazz. See you next Sunday. Bye.